Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the homestead. Today's business is getting one of these three sleds running. I had that one running about 2 years ago, and that one running about 2 years ago. I don't remember if I had this one running. So, first off, we gotta figure out, yes, shovel, clear all this, empty this out. I'm sure the gas in them is all bad, so I'm going to try and drain that and get at least one of them started and running for this year. So let me find a shovel and find a spot to set you guys first. There's a good spot. Oh, there's a chipmunk in the tractor. That's just perfect. We'll deal with that later. So the first thing I'm going to do before I do anything else is I'm going to make sure I can get into all of them. And does this one have a battery? It does. I'm going to just grab the battery right out of all of them. So the first thing I'm going to do before I try and start it or do anything else, I'm going to take all the batteries out. See if any of them are good or if I just need to replace all of them. And on these, all three are very similar size and style. Batteries right here beside the exhaust with, on most of these, it's just a Phillips head screwdriver. There is a toolkit in here, which I should go through, but that'll be another time, another day. You can see there's a bunch of leaves, probably a couple of acorns and squirrel nests in there. So let me get the batteries out, get those uncharged, then we'll pop everything else out. That one was loose. No wonder she wasn't starting good. Okay, so 2 of those batteries had bulges in them, which means they froze and swelled. So I'm going to just replace those. One of them looked okay. It's inside thawing right now, and I'll charge it later. I'm going to focus on just this machine, because I'm pretty sure this is the last one I had running. And I'm going to just hit the spark plugs, the carb, double check everything, the belt, try and clean it up as much as possible, the air filter. And then that's all I'm going to record. I'm going to do the same to the next 2, but maybe I'll record those, maybe I won't. I'm going to just talk you through one of them though. So the first thing I'm going to do is check the spark plugs. And I need my toolbox. Right on the first guess. So as you can see, it's nice and crudted up. Where did I put that? So as you can see, it's nice and crudted up. I've got some carbon choke cleaner that I'm going to use to clean this, clean the hole. Like I said, it's been a few years since these have run. I don't want to dry out anything, but these are due for a major overhaul. If I can just get them started and get them out, then I can work on them in the garage. So this belt looks a little worn there, but otherwise not too bad. If I can get her started, it should be fine, and then I'll order a new belt. I'm gonna have to flush the coolant, change the oil, and do all of that stuff. But like I said, that if I can get her started, get her out of here, and just get her into the garage or shop, and it'll be much better. That's the built-in toolkit. Obviously, I'm gonna have to go through and clean that up. I'll probably change out the spark plugs. So as you can see, that brake pad is really rusted. I'm gonna have to take that whole thing apart, clean it, probably change out the brakes on this one. Or we just use a treater brake. That's always an option, right? So that's all checked. I'm gonna have to figure out where the air intake is. I forgot where that was. I'd rather not take apart too much more than I absolutely have to. And I'm gonna add some seafoam to the gasoline and to the oil and try and just, like I said, get it running, get it up and out of here. And then I'm gonna start working on all of these over here. There's a couple more over on the side here. Well, let me see if I can do it without taking that cover off then. Although I'm sure it's absolutely filled with shit. Not too bad. It actually looks still moist and not too dirty. So this one might start up as long as the air filter and carbs aren't too gunked up. As long as she turns over, this will be good. And then, where did I put that? There it is. I might take these back off and dump some treated gasoline right in. To help clean her out. Dump some treated gasoline right into the spark plugs to help clean her out. Although, I don't know how much fuel is in any of these. That one came off quite nicely. I can tell I was planning on coming back to these, because otherwise I would have turned these around so that the hoods are all in underneath. Yeah, a little reddish, a little gunky. Drop some, I could try and siphon that out. I think I am. I'm not even going to try and bother dropping seafoam in it. I think I'm going to just try and siphon that right out. I'll get a can. So this belt looks pretty good. Did this one have a spare belt? I didn't see a spare belt on this one. So I'll probably order a second one. That brake also looks really rusty, so I'll probably end up just fully replacing those brakes once I get that out. Maybe at the end of the season there'll be a summer project. Another summer project is I gotta finish clearing this all out and maybe rebuild it so it's a little bit more friendly to me. I wasn't going to take this off, but looking at how much gunk is in there, it looks like somebody's built a nest in there, so I'm gonna try to. You gonna stay up, or you're gonna just fall over? So, trying to find a good spot for you guys is always difficult. That always takes quite a hot minute. You see anything? Yes. That's a sound nobody likes to hear. Don't tell me you're all... Yep, I think you're all one piece. Alright, this is going to take a minute. So, I can't believe that happened. I was just putting this together. I was just going to pull the pull cord on this one to see if she would even turn over. And I thought, why not pull this one, because this pull cord's gone. And she started up on the second pull. That's just insane. Set you down without messing up the whole process that I'm in right now. stuck. Let me get something to get that ski unstuck, then we can get at least one of these up and going. You'll sit right there. Yeah, if this ski comes out, we can get her out of here and around at least into the woodshed and finish working on her in there. This is why you always try and put a piece of plywood, tarp, or something down. And just get the skis out of the mud. Whew. This is gonna be a minute. So I went and got some water. See if we can't gently thaw some of this out. You don't want steaming hot water, that'll just freeze right up again. But if you can get some lukewarm water in under there, probably gonna end up wearing that because I just set it on the snowmobile itself. Jeez, that's frozen in there hard. I can't tell. Let's get the screwdriver out of the back pocket. I might have to go get my pickaxe. I definitely gotta get that ski out now. If I let that sit overnight like that, she's gonna be frozen in worse. So I got my little mini pickaxe here, and I got something to kneel on. There's nothing worse than kneeling on wet, frozen ground and working. I say that and then I chop all the wet frozen ground right onto myself. But the bonus part about that is it allowed the water to soak in and thaw a little bit. Oh, you can smell the nice thawed ground right now. It's one of the best smells of spring. Of course, it always means that mud's coming, but it's one of the nicer smells after a long, cold, hard winter. There we go. Whew. So we got her out, we got her running. We got a little bit of fresh gas with some Startron and some seafoam in it. And I tested the brakes. They shouldn't have. They work great. They work so well that they're not releasing. So if I can just back them off a little bit so that I can actually drive, would be fantastic. And then I can worry about it later. But I don't think it's going to agree with us. So I'm going to try and just bleed him and hope that it releases that way, and then I can clean it up later. There we go. Can you move? Yeah. Yep, there we go. Nice. Alrighty, so brakes did need to bleed. That works good. I'm gonna try and not use them, and I'll hopefully not need to bleed them each and every time, but I'm gonna have to change that fluid out too at some point. See if we can get the reverse going. Hi, big white pupper dog. Oh, you're so beautiful. So lonesome, so beautiful. No attention. Nobody ever gives you any attention. Oh, big girl. See if the reverse works. Now you'll notice I've been leaving the hood unlatched because all I'm doing is just going around real quick. We were able to get two of them them started, both of them just by pull starting them. Neither one has the battery in it right now, so I need to go park this one. I need to wash them all. Park that one over here with this one. I went out with a friend and we broke a few trails. I like breaking trails with that one because it's a lot lighter if you get stuck, but this one has a lot more power for pulling the skid. I need to add a little weight to the skid to just help keep the bounce out of it, but this is what I use for the most part to break the trails or to groom the trails, and it's quite nice. And so she's running. I need to get another belt because this one left the chat halfway through grooming, and I need to get some injector oil. But other than that, both old sleds started up real nice, run real nice, sound real good. I got this one's brake working a lot better, so I'm still a little hesitant to use it because I don't want to stall it out in the fields because this one's heavy if you get stuck. But working a little bit, especially now that everything's groomed, should help. And so yeah, I will bring you out tomorrow. It's a beautiful sunset right now, but it is cold. You can feel it in your feet where you're wet and cold and all that fun stuff, but it's absolutely stunningly gorgeous right now. So yeah, tomorrow I'll bring you out while we break some trail and groom a few trails, and we'll have a good time. Catch you next time.